Hello everyone, this is Carrie Anderson. Hope you all doing well. In today's video, I'll talk about 9 tips for stabilizing your insulin at each of your meals. So if you like the video related to my health, my way, I would like to request you all, please do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon or give thumbs up so that I will come up with more and more information with lots and lots of videos. So here we begin, let's go. If you're like the majority of American women today, you might not think of stabilizing your insulin at the first thought of each meal. After all, we are hungry, busy women, and most of the time we just try to get in a healthy meal or something to fill our stomach and move on with our day. I totally understand that. However, even some of the healthiest choices can affect your blood sugar, all due to the way it affects insulin in your body. Insulin is the fat storing hormone that increases when our blood sugar rises. Our blood sugar is the key to regulating everything from our weight to our blood pressure to our energy to our mood. Think about how jittery, moody, and hungry you feel when your blood sugar shoots up, and then how tired you feel once it comes back down. It's a terrible roller coaster of a cycle to be on. However, there are some simple things you can do to start stabilizing your insulin every time you sit down to eat. Here are many favorite recommendations and what works for me daily. The first one, eat enough lean protein. One of the best things you can do to start stabilizing your insulin every time you eat is to start eating enough lean protein with your meals. Whether you are eating vegetable, carb, fat, or fruit, you need to be eating lean protein and preferably less high glycemic starches with those. This allows for a higher metabolism and longer blood sugar stabilization because it takes more work for the body to digest protein than it does carb or fat. When you don't get enough protein, you are hungrier sooner and there is no leverage on your blood sugar. Protein is a balance on the seesaw, if you will, and is what keeps you from tipping too far one way or the other. Choose lean sources like fish, fat-free, no sugar-added yogurt, and kefir. Eggs and egg white, white meat, poultry, and hemp protein too. Whey protein. Okay, so you no need to worry about it to digest protein. So protein is a balance on seesaw. This is the best way to stabilize your insulin, and even plant sources of protein like beans and quinoa are not as effective as stabilizing your insulin due to their excess of carbohydrate content. Yes, those foods are healthy but not enough to control your blood sugar properly. Then it comes to avoid sugar at all costs. There are absolutely no benefits to eating sugar at all. None. No matter what benefit natural sweeteners claim to have, they all affect your glycemic index the exact same way. Avoid them, and you will notice a more prominent sense of appetite control, along with the lower weight and better blood sugar. Any food that raises your glycemic index affects insulin storage, which in turn promotes excess cortisol, another fat-storing hormone. Excess insulin from sugar in any form also leads to prediabetes and improper insulin regulation and production. You should watch how much dried fruit, whole fruit, and grains you eat with each meal as well. Keeping serving sizes to no more than 1/4 cup grains or whole fruit and 1 to 2 tablespoons dried fruit per serving. This will help control your blood sugar so long as you stick to eating lean protein with these food. Then it comes you eat enough veggies. This trip probably comes as no surprise but has to be stated anyway. Veggies are the key to filling you up faster, and they contain vitamin and mineral that are great for your entire body. If you can't tolerate raw veggies, feel free to cook them. Though some like broccoli and kale get the most attention, don't forget about others like celery, bell peppers, baby carrot, and low sugar fruit like tomatoes, cucumbers, and avocados. All of these are some of the highest in antioxidant scores. Healthy lettuces like romaine, spinach, spring mixes, arugula, and herbs like basil, cilantro, parsley, and oregano are also excellent to add to your diet. These all have supportive nutrient to your blood sugar, including chlorophyll, which naturally ward off sugar craving of all kind. Then it comes to take chromium. While whole foods are best to obtain our nutrient from, sometimes for those of us with sensitive blood sugar, it might not be enough. I find that taking a chromium supplement with each meal truly helps my blood sugar stay stable much longer. Chromium is a B vitamin found in many food, but most people find that a supplement has a stronger effect on their blood sugar. Emphasizing lean protein, veggies, and a little healthy fat is the best place to start. But also adding a chromium supplement can make a huge difference in your insulin regulation. I like Nature Way brand chromium GDF, which you can find at iHerb. Then it comes to add healthy fat. Don't try to skimp on fat, whatever you do. Eating healthy fat with each of your meal in around 1 tablespoon amount is a perfect way to slow down digestion while promoting healthy blood sugar level and satiety. All of these factors work together to enhance digestion. Slow down insulin and healthy fats are great for your heart as a bonus. Then it comes to get enough fiber. I know that some sources of fiber can be difficult for some of us to tolerate, so I always suggest taking with fiber that will fill you up but don't cause bloating. These fiber come in forms like pumpkin, sweet potatoes, oats, oat fiber, ground flaxseed, ground chia seed, winter squash, turnip, and leafy greens. Eating enough of these foods at which each of your meals make it much easier to tolerate fiber than from sources that might cause uncomfortable bloating to occur. Fiber increases absorption of cholesterol to remove it from the body and slow down the rate of your blood sugar, lowering your insulin level. Then it comes to watch your beverages. The number one thing you can do each day that has one of the most biggest effect on your insulin is to watch that you choose as your beverages. Consuming high sugar drinks including natural juices, dairy milk, and sweetened non-dairy milk is one of the worst things to do for your blood sugar and your weight. Your insulin skyrocket even when you drink pure homemade fruit and veggie juice. Sure, it's great for you, but it leaves you shaky, doesn't keep you full, and won't help you your insulin. Drink a green smoothie instead. The fiber in the smoothies are better for you than straight juice. And as a former juicer, I can tell you my blood sugar is much more stable now than it used to be when I used almost juice, herbal teas, water, coffee without sugar, decaf coffee, green tea, and decaf green tea, and even add a dash of apple cider vinegar to your meal. It helps you lower insulin and regulate your blood sugar. You can also add it to any beverage suggested here. If you need a sweetener for your beverages, choose a 0-calorie all natural sweetener known as stevia. It actually improves your blood sugar and comes from a herb. It is not artificial and I use it with great success. I suggest naturals for the best quality without chemicals, additives, MSG, yeast, sugar, salt, animal substances, or anything else. Then it comes to avoid processed food. Most processed food contain additives, fats, or sugars that are harmful to your blood sugar, which affect your insulin level. Most of us know that processed food are not great for our weight, but we are also not paying attention to our insulin regarding processed food. Additives like maltodextrin, which is derived from corn, and artificial sweeteners or highly processed grain and fat are extremely harmful to your blood sugar. They increase insulin in the body and in return cause fat storage by whole unprocessed food. And when buying food that have been processed like yogurt, be sure it as natural as possible and free of excess fat and sugar. Then it comes to choose whole grains, not whole grain product. That bread, cereal, and nutrition bar you have at home, they says that they are whole grain might not be lying to you, but they are also not telling you the whole truth. Whole grain products are not as healthy for you as whole grain. Keep your grain simple and boring. Choose whole oats, not oat product. Choose whole quinoa, not quinoa cereal or bar. Choose whole grains, not bread or whole grains waffles. Whole food products have additives and the grains have been broken down and processed, which makes them harsher on your glycemic index. They take less time for your body to digest and the carbs are more quickly digested in the same light. This means they won't keep you full as long as usually. Always leave you hungrier than a bowl or a serving of whole grains. If you have ever suffered insulin problem, I can tell you, these recommendations will make such a difference for you. I come from a diabetic prone family and my blood sugar has to be carefully moderated. I also have a previous seizure condition that was affected by higher blood sugar and insulin. I spent years finding that worked and what didn't. Now, if I eat the way I have suggested to you, I no longer have to take a medication or do I suffer seizures and have been free from them for 10 years solid. I hope you will find these helpful and if you have any tips of your own, please you share with me. Have you ever had issues with your insulin levels? So that's all. I prepared a small presentation for everyone that will be going to share in the description box below. You can check it out from there. So that's all about the 9 tips for stabilizing your insulin at each of your meals. I hope you all liked it. So before signing off, I would like to request you all please to like, share, subscribe with your loved ones so that they will get to know better. So this is Carrie Anderson signing off. We will definitely meet in the next video with my another content. Till then, God bless you, enjoy and take care of yourself.